A few days later, when Kasia met Mary again, she found bruises all over her face. Clearly, she had been beaten. Seeing Mary's difficult expression, Kasia thought it was the old man who did it, but Mary didn't recognize the man Kasia spoke of.
¿Qué dice? ¿Qué viejo?
Seeing that Mary still denied it, Kasia took Mary to her house and confessed to her about the secret filming. When Mary found out that Kasia had been secretly filming her, she was a little angry, but when she saw the footage from the balcony, she was shocked and said there had been no one there that day. She didn't know who the old man was. Kasia decided to take Mary to the police. Looking at the lifeless Kasia, Mary tried to flee immediately, but she felt as though something was holding her. However, when she looked around, she saw no one. In terror, Mary glanced at the mirror, and to her horror, she saw the old man hugging her in the reflection. Terrified, Mary fled the building. Then she went to a phone booth to call her father. Mary wanted to tell him everything that had happened, but her father told her to turn herself in. It turned out that shortly after Mary left, residents in the building found Kasia's dead body. The police reviewed the surveillance footage and found Mary fleeing, so they issued a citywide manhunt. Hearing all of this, Mary was stunned. She still wanted to explain, but her father didn't believe her. To prove she wasn't the killer, Mary thought of Kasia's videotape. Only the videotape could explain the old man's existence, but when she arrived at Kasia's room, Mary was faced with an even more terrifying scene. In the room, a little girl was kneeling by the wall, and sitting beside her was the ghostly figure. Mary was so frightened that she ran outside, but then more ghostly figures surrounded her. Panicked, Mary tried to escape through the window, but as light streamed in, she saw that the ghostly figures had surrounded her, and her deceased mother was among them. They all cried as they moved closer to Mary, but suddenly, the old man barged in and grabbed Mary by the neck, throwing her out of the room. Before Mary could react, the police arrived. They quickly restrained her. Mary still tried to tell the police everything, but after reviewing the surveillance footage, the police found no sign of any man. They only thought Mary had a mental breakdown and sent her to a psychiatric hospital. It wasn't until 20 years later, when Mary was released from the hospital, that she mysteriously ended her life in that building, and her sister Maya, recently, began to be tormented by that ghostly figure. At first, she thought she was just tired, but one day, she received a call from Anna's foster parents.
Bonjour, Lisbeth. C'est Mercedes. Je t'appelais pour te dire que finalement, Sarah vient aussi. C'est une amie d'Andrea. Elle était avec elle à sa mort.
It turned out that after Anna and her two friends entered the building, they also mysteriously died there. And behind all of this, was it the ghostly figure at work, or the manifestation of mental illness? The film doesn't clarify. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. The movie ends here.